Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without lead. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast, the show where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football. I am Benton. Junior, my brethren, is in the place, well, virtually at least. Junior, what go on, family? How you stay?
Well, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm put it that way. I'm good.
Well, Junior, I am happy to see you, brother, because last week the people themselves are boring. You know, last week I did the show by myself. Come on is out and about. Big up yourself. Come on. The people themselves are boring. So, Junior, I am happy. I am ecstatic. Welcome. How was the week, family?
I'm good and I'm good. You know, a much needed vacation, personal vacation. I don't know, it's my first real vacation in 15 years. So I did catch up on some sleep.
Well, long overdue. Yo, welcome back for your long overdue vacation in 15 years.
Hey, real talk. And for all those in the corporate world or whatever field that you're working in, you know that we'll have paid time off or PTO, especially for those that salaried or whatever. Yo, my PTO, I can take a day every week for the next 3 years and still have vacation time left over.
And it seems like you know that you accumulate. When you plan for the leave the people and work and get a nice payout.
No, but that's the messed up part. The company would only pay like only 1 week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a cap on the amount of thing that you can roll over?
Yeah, so I reached my cap. You have a cap in how much PTO you can have. But then if you work for the company for like 15 years, 20 years, them add more, them give more caps. So you have it's not football related, but life related. My old manager, one of my managers, he worked at the company for like 30-something years. And every year between, because you know, anybody that work in the field and get public holidays, you know, in America, after Memorial, when you reach Memorial weekend, every 2 months is a holiday. If you think about it, you have Memorial Day, Independence Day.
And Memorial Day for the non-American listeners is last Monday in May.
And for the football listeners worldwide, that's generally Champions League final weekend.
Yeah.
So, but before that, so every 2 months after that is a holiday. But after New Year's, from January to May, you know, St. Martin Luther King was a lot of companies don't celebrate. So my old manager, between January and May, every week, oh my God, for 2 days.
Yeah. Football family, big up to all listeners, big up on yourself. I was just talking to Junior saying I am happy to see him. Last week I was boring. Fans them say me boring. Junior has been on his first real vacation in 15 years. The man accumulated a bag of vacation time working in corporate America. Them now take them. I guess we don't know what him plan for though. But ultimately, we're glad that you took your vacation, brother, and hope you had a wonderful time on your vacation. Big up yourself, hopefully, and enjoying yourself. And because one time here, say you're there ocean and you can't even swim. Afloat,
I'm not a fish. I'm not a fish. No, I'm not a fish.
Last week, here, say you're there ocean and you can't swim, you float like a fish, brother.
No, fish don't float, brother. So I just say God wrong.
Camwood is away this week. Big up Camwood. Camwood, of course, she has football games to ref, so big up yourself out the road. Therapy session loading. Liverpool fan step in, come in on the couch. Manchester United fan, move up yourself over on the couch. Is already here. Arsenal fans, come in on the couch. Here's a place for you. We have a jam-packed show ahead of us. We have ballers and bugs at the top of the show. I can predict who family going to have as ballers, but send them on. We have ballers and bugs. Ballers being impressive players of the week. Bugs, the unimpressive players of the week. Send them on. EPL top 3. What a wild weekend in the EPL top 3. We'll take a look at the 3 big horses in the EPL race. RS1, R2, or whatever left. Bayer Leverkusen. Brilliant Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso will celebrate their success. Magical run in the Bundesliga as they tell Bayern Munich say, "Wall no corner." Champions League week that was, recap Champions League week that was, and preview Champions League games coming down, second leg. We'll also take a look at Europa League. Maybe we'll touch it because since Liverpool got fixed up, we have to touch Europa League also. Jamaican football report. Jamaican Premier League playoff is up and coming around the corner. We'll take a look at the 6 teams getting ready for the playoff and other Jamaican football news the best we can. Ballers of the week, family. Send on your ballers and bugs. Big up to Kofi Powell. Big up yourself. Chinny chin chinning at the gym. The man I get healthy. Big up yourself. But yo, take care of yourself now. Ballers, bugs, send them on. Ballers Junior, we have.
Yeah, I know my first ball of the week when I go to Chinny Chin Chin. Man send there at the gym and I work. Yo, big up Chin. I'm there gym tomorrow, you know. I'll tell the gym tomorrow and do some workout tomorrow. Speaking of working out, ball of the week. Every side will play Champions League this Benton, Champions League this week was exciting. Now, the Tuesday games to me had more world-class goals. Some ratted goals scored Tuesday. Wednesday, it was more, I would say, Atletico Madrid and Chula seemingly looking like he wants to be a fly in the ointment this Champions League go around. I was very impressed with Atletico Madrid. Sure, is Dortmund them playing against? Sure, Dortmund is one of the weaker teams out of the 8 that is left. But I really think Cholo is putting all the eggs in that Atletico Madrid basket. Crystal Palace, for what they did, is no fluke what happened at Anfield. We will talk about Liverpool. I know you're going to wax lyrically about Olise. But Crystal Palace for sure. But definitely have to give it to Manchester City. And Benton want to kill the Viking for the last couple of weeks. Me here or no? I heard ESPN, everybody is killing the Viking and Ray. But the Viking is persevering. Man City is persevering. Pep is showing why he's a cut above the rest. Bayer Leverkusen, without it goes without saying, topping off the great season. Hats off to Xavi and also for announcing before winning the Bundesliga, even though we knew he was going to win. I ain't going nowhere next year. I'm coming back and I'm going to defend the title. Game 2. And look, we cuss him off. We call him such man. We don't want to see him in a Jamaica shirt again. But big up Liam Bailey for scoring for Aston Villa today and starting the scoring and coming on for maybe a less effective Diaby. But coming out there and saying, look, we are going to get European football next year. I like that.
You know, you can't just give Diaby the bug of the week, you know. less effective. What the brothers selfish. But Chinny Chin, big up yourself. Chinny Chin says, Bala, Unai Emery, double over the club. The club that laugh him out of town. God alone can write a script like that. You know, Unai have Arsenal in them hearts anyway. He loves Arsenal. He loves Arsenal no matter what. Yeah, Unai definitely getting the last laugh. Why is that weird? BM, big up yourself. BM says ball of the week. Bayer Leverkusen and winning a historic Bundesliga title. Kofi Powell, you have the ballers of the week, family. Send them on. Send on your ballers. First, we'll get to the bugs in a second. Big up to all the listeners. Big up to the people on the continent. We see the people them listen now. Mama Africa, big up yourself. People in my yard tuning in. Big up ball of the week as always. And across the US and Europe that listen to the show. Big up on yourself. Ballers of the week to all the listeners. Big up on yourself. Ballers for me, family. Isaac. Alexander Isaac. Or Isaac. 2 goals for Newcastle. This youth is a general. An absolute, in fact, I don't want to wax lyrically, but some of the praises that has been allocated to the one Mr. Erling Haaland, I think is also due for one Mr. Alexander Isaac. And the issue here is because of an injury-prone sort of career for Alexander Isaac. Alexander Isaac conversion rate is extremely high. Roll out the statistics. Chances versus conversion rate, conversion is extremely high for Alexander Isaac. This youth is a baller. Good luck to Newcastle and their ability to try and hold him on in the summer, because this youth need to be at a top end-ish club. Leverkusen, Junior already highlighted them, but most importantly, first Bundesliga title in 120 years for this club. So you can get rid of this Leverkusen moniker right now, because that done, that gone. To win the Bundesliga title unbeaten, you can't say nothing more about that. I mean, we'll discuss their season in totality, and with 5 games remaining, ball of the week to the people them, man. Ball of the week to Barcelona, FC Barcelona. And yes, I've been one who's here and don't want Barcelona to win nothing because of what's going on at the club. But I cannot bad mind them anymore. I have to give them respect. Barcelona is playing some really good football. And I want to highlight this youth, Paul Kubersi, 17 years old, defender. Outstanding against PSG. Ball of the week to this youth. And you know what? Football Club Barcelona, I'm going to go ahead and sort them up right now. They might win Champions League. They might win this Champions League title. Now, granted, they have to go get past PSG first. All right. Bugs of the week, family. Junior, who we have?
Start with Marcus Rashford. We'll leave it at that. Earlier this year, so Marcus Rashford, leave it at that. Earlier this year, you were coming on the show when Arsenal was rolling, and you said, if not then, when? If not now, when? Right? And you were also saying, and I quote, something towards the fact like, this is how champions win games, right? What we saw this weekend, I'm trying to wrap my mind around what really occurred this weekend in the top 3 in England. And where I'm going to this point right now, I think the bug of the week, one of the major bugs of the week, is the consumers of football. And where I'm going with it is, we have reached a point where we as consumers are trying to process as much football games as we can. And I think the players are suffering from it. Varane kind of hinted towards it. You see other players coming out and saying they are playing too much. So that's a precursor. I'm not going to give it to Klopp. I'm not giving it to Liverpool. I'm not giving it to Arsenal. I'm going to give it to the consumers of football and the people who are making decisions for football and footballers are not taking the health of the players in mind, and I think it's taken away somewhat from some of the games. So I get my bug. Another bug. I won't, and these are the views of Junior Pringle and not the views of Ball Chat. I'm not even going to call her name. But Benton, if I tell you that a woman look at a man and say, you are too perfect. That is why she's breaking up and divorcing with you, because you are too perfect. The man is too perfect of a man. What would be your first reaction to that, Peter?
Kaka wife want better things.
Not this thinking Kaka wife.
Nah,
And
she
these
want
are the
better
views
things.
Better things what? What you want? Hey, listen to me.
She want the dinner in her life.
She want what?
She want the renter dread in her life.
Hey, listen. And listen. These are the views of Junior Pringle and nobody else. And I'm a married man. See, I'm married.
Well, you have on a ring. One thing for a ring.
I am married to a woman. And my first pitney is 15 years old, and this is my 15th year of marriage. So do the maths.
Congrats.
I'm not new to this. I'm not new to this, right? So what I'm about to say, that you have some people that will hear some things and miscue some things and say, oh, this is a person, this and that. No for no little new age woman. Only need to go from Royal, so man. Because Kaka is a super ultra millionaire, and it by all indication, the man want everything perfect for the woman, but the woman said too perfect. So if you get everything you want is a problem. If the man backs up the woman is a problem. If the man get the woman bun is a problem. Listen, my man, ladies, sure. It's just a pity is on it. Hey, Kaka without the alternative. Kaka dirty wife get bug of the week. A super bug of the week, man. Dirty girl. Yamed. Full girl. Good.
Tell us how you really feel, Junior.
I know what? That's why Kaka is a bug.
I mean, the woman basically said, I'm going to put words in her mouth. She said she is too perfect and she wasn't having any fun. What you want? What you would rather have? You would rather have she sit down there and make Joe grind and enjoy himself?
Hey, speaking of Joe grind, can you imagine dirty dog like me? Can be a dirty dog. Even though I'm old, I retire now, but I'm a dirty dog. If I was Kaka Gardner or Poolman, I kick myself right now. Because if we don't lick down that, if we don't get piece of that yet, I'm going to say, look, what we put that.
She, and big up kudos to her. I mean, for communicating the reason. I mean, well, you don't have to make them things a public. It probably don't need to go public still. I mean, I don't know why, in my opinion, it's not everything need to be a road. It's just like me and Jeffrey putting business a road.
and Benton is just today. Yo, it's just today generation. Today generation, brother, because
just leave some things alone. Leave some things alone. But you know, she decided to talk. I mean, of course, she probably was asked a question and she decided to answer. I mean, at the end of the day, I just say, I think at the bottom line is that I'm no expert in this business. You know, so I'm going to say my 2 cents. And my 2 cents is that, I saw relationship, man and woman is not because a man perfect or a woman perfect means it go foster into great and wonderful things. It happens. I mean, and Kaka knows can go enjoy himself. I mean, at least him can, play his role as a parent. Most importantly, because them have you together, and so they always should have that relationship to mentor and manage them youth well, But she said she didn't have no fun, boss. That sounds like Kaka boring.
But so if you don't forget look she, what the first thing alright, no you.
No,
it's not football related.
If she's having fun with me, then that's fine. That means hey yo, me a star, Kaka idiot. You don't care if I want to play ball. Some boy wicked a ball field and flap at them yard.
Benton, if me a look at first thing I say, hey Bigfoot girl, come here. I want you, And me supposed to blow bad breath in your face the morning time. I ain't every time something disrespectful. Grab me by your throat.
When BM says Kaka is a Christian, what did she expect? How many Christians their road can enjoy this? Yo, it's not a Christian excuse. I mean, well, him can't go married to Jesus then.
Hold on. What do you mean by... Nah, man. Don't say that, BM.
No.
Don't say that, BM, because... Hey!
She said the man boring, brother. She not have no fun. And again, we as adults, we are adults. We can't talk about the thing. We still get to the football thing.
Yeah, we still get to the football, man.
At the end of the day, I just say go man and woman relationship. I just say go. And you know, as the fundamental thing for the two of them right now, just play them role as parents. And hopefully them not damage the youth them. Because of the youth them are the future. That's the most important thing.
Yo.
So I don't understand why you give this woman bug of the week. Because
she
expressed her views.
Benton, she wicked. You know who's a wicked too? Scottie Pippen, dirty ex-wife, dirty girl, skirmish. Well, listen to me.
What woman do you want?
No, don't say that. No, don't say that.
What happened on the vacation?
Benton, don't say that.
No one say I float like a fish.
Hey, you know what though? You know what? And I know my wife might see it, but business. Bad man. Yo.
You choose the perfect day to make these comments when Cameron is not here, eh?
Big up Stacy. Cause I was watching them meet Stacy I look at jerk place name. Look at jerk center name, man.
Boston?
No, man. You know, watch it. The place everybody. Scotches.
Scotches?
Yeah. Hey.
You meet Stacy at Scotches.
Cause my wife said no to go to Scotches to go buy some food. I'm saying I'm so forward, man. Go to Scotches in a Benton. You know the little mate, the bus with the tourists them.
Yes.
And you know so the bus are the tourists and it always have a driver and you have a tour guide, right?
Yes.
You wanna know when English pound roll. Yo, you remember the old time English pound like the round and nice and pretty and crisp? I saw Stacey looking a bit at me. I was like, someone said, hello. But you come out and say, hello, ma'am. Because she had buttered over. I said, oh, you buttered the people, them some woman. She said, why you mean by me? I said, no, you're buttering not the people, them. You're buttered the server, them. She said, because the tourists, them want them food and things. So I said, oh, okay, I understand, man. So she said, oh, me I try to defend it. So I said, I try to defend the server. I just try to get to know you. Backside. Yeah, look good this event and full up my eye. Hey, if next week, if I come up on the show and the camera off, I just make you know right now my wife thumping on my face.
Yo, I'm not touch the one there now. I am not. Yo, every man make them own bed, you know. Hey, big up to Dalton. And big up Dalton and his family went on a trip to England to watch.
Oh, yeah, but yeah.
Watch Liverpool versus Sheffield United. You see, this is what you do with your family.
Well, I'm Benton.
Where they are Scotches, I look for English pound.
Benton, a Dalton salt up Liverpool. Be back, sir.
All right. Big up. But yeah, man. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, in a life, we can appreciate the English wonders of Yeah, we can appreciate the wonders of the environment that we live in. Ballers and bug segment. Send on your ballers. Come on, Junior. BM says, who hurt Junior? Yo, bugs of the week. Liverpool and Arsenal. I mean, we're gonna get into the details of those two teams and try to figure out what's going on with them. But right now, Liverpool got a fix-up from Atalanta. Gasperini and the entire Atlanta crew. In fact, them still celebrate. Klopp said there will be a response. And here we are. I guess the response was a fix-up against Crystal Palace. Not good enough for a team that's running in a title race. Absolutely, this is totally a bug of the week performance for Liverpool. Big bug of the week. All right, let's get to the EPL roundup, family, and just stop the lead and stop all the foolishness. EPL results. Big result. Starting with Arsenal. Junior, dissect this game for me. Arsenal, by the way, Arsenal fans, them missing. Aston Villa defeated Arsenal 2-0. Junior, Unai Emery, perfect strategy. This is a team that couldn't stop water against Manchester United, and others ran through them defensively. How is it possible that Arsenal could not score against this team? At home, Junior.
But the key word is ran. Who does Arsenal have that can run through somebody? And does Arsenal approach a game that way? No. So Unai Emery's tactic and the X's and O's in football, when you say, all right, you play a high line and you limit the space that a team that want to have possession play in. That is what you saw today. Arsenal looked like they were devoid of ideas. And this is one of the side effects of not having a winger that is just lightning quick. Arsenal they didn't have the speed.
All right, so should you have started Gabriel Martinelli then?
I don't think Martinelli is necessarily, speed is not Martinelli's strong suit. He can be fast, he can look fast, but that's not his strength. His strength is more possession, intricate passing, playing 1-2 quickly and getting to space. But Aston Villa just crunched the space. It felt like the game was played within 20 yards on the field.
But Junior, again, I want to reiterate, Aston Villa was missing Douglas Luiz, their midfield linchpin, the man who is able to break up players and the straw that stirs the drink. How you have Declan Rice, all right, big up Reggie Sean, who was very upset about the starting of Kai Havertz. Does that matter? And did you try to see what they were doing? What was Arteta trying to do with the starting lineup? Because clearly it didn't work.
He doesn't try to play. He's trying to play his game. I don't think Arteta this year is a tinkerer. I think Arsenal and Arteta this year, and I gave him praise for this, and this is my opinion. I don't know if you guys share the same opinion, but Arteta this year have some cojones. Arteta this year believe that Arsenal should win every game, and he believes that his team is better than everybody, and that's how we're going to approach a game. And I believe he believes his tactics can beat anybody. So there's no need to go out there and, let's switch this, let's switch that, blah, blah, blah. He truly trusts and believes in system. Again, when a team now can dictate the space you're playing, because what Arsenal want to have space in the field, especially within the midfield when they can play, not tiki-taka, but play the ball and make intricate passes. Aston Villa said, no, I would do a foot race with you between my last man and the keeper. Let's go. There's not much to dissect in that game or the Liverpool game, in my opinion.
Before we continue on Arsenal and get some thoughts on what Arteta said post game, Aston Villa, Leon Bailey didn't start the game, and I think the reason for this is that Moussa Diaby does offer something on the defensive side of the ball that Leon doesn't offer, right? So the approach that Aston Villa took in this game was to make sure that defensively they were always recovering. Diaby is definitely a player who works on both sides of the ball. Offensively, he can be a bit erratic and selfish at times. But Ali Watkins scored a peach of a goal. And Leon Bailey, how is it possible that Leon Bailey was so wide open when entire Arsenal team collapsed to the front post on a corner kick, Junior?
But isn't that always one of the most dangerous plays? Or is a coach? As I say it all the time on the show. A coach said all the time, a pull back ball, whether it's off a corner or a cross, coming backwards when all the defenders are running towards the goal is one of the hardest balls to defend. And yes, you're right. Leon Bailey finally get an easy goal or easier goal or a tap in or whatever you want to call it that he was clamoring for. But it's just lapse in concentration, which happens. It happens. I mean, I think we are getting caught in the trap of sitting down and saying, let's see how Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal finish out the season. There's a fight for top three, but they're not playing against each other.
Yeah, they're not.
They're playing against other. Right, they're playing against other teams with that also have goals in mind that they are trying to achieve. So it becomes a test of mental fortitude, which is what I hinted towards when I said the consumers of football is to be blamed for what those lapses in concentration to Liverpool trying to give a response but don't have the legs to give a response is because the players are just playing too much.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. BM says, idiot, Liverpool and Arsenal going to let City win the league, win the title again. Bug of the week, Liverpool first lost to Crystal Palace and got destroyed. Atalanta, Liverpool are idiot side. Dalton also gave Arsenal and Liverpool bug of the week. Any other comments you want to highlight for me?
No, like that.
Ollie Watkins tried DNA in a recent discussion. I think it was, I can't remember, Talk Sports. They were talking about the England squad and who should Southgate go with and rare. Troy Deeney said that, to paraphrase, he is going to pick Ivan Toney any day over Ollie Watkins because Ollie Watkins, and he says, to preface, he says, this is going to come out negative. Ollie Watkins is just a winger trying to be a striker. Now, Junior, does that Ollie Watkins score today and went on Instagram and post, and that's where that shut up image comes from, where he went on Instagram, Ollie Watkins, is that a fair assessment, Junior, for Ollie Watkins and what he's played? How would you classify Ollie Watkins? Is he a winger trying to be a striker? Is he a striker? The youth has scored, 19 goals, I think, so far in the EPL. One thing we abundantly know is that he's clinical in front of goal.
So he's an attacking player.
Yes, he's an attacker. I wouldn't classify Ollie Watkins as a winger. He's
an attacker. I would classify him as an attacker. Now, Troy Deeney is...
Now, and he went on to say the reason why he also would support Toney over Ollie Watkins is because Toney is more, I guess Toney gives a vibe as more deadly. I don't get that. No. I don't. What is?
No, you did all right. Because we've had this discussion many times.
Yeah.
And the first name that comes to my mind is Rashford, but I don't want to make it about Manchester United. Another quote unquote striker that comes to my mind is Jamie Vardy. Perfect. So Jamie Vardy. I think the same comment can be made about Jamie Vardy. And it's not because he's just fast. I think where Troy Deeney is going. I remember Troy Deeney was a striker himself.
Well, maybe he was. Maybe
no, he wasn't.
To be a striker.
No, he was a striker. I think you have two types of strikers because,
yeah.
All right. So Jamie Vardy. I would say Jamie Vardy is a winger pretending to be a striker. But what type of winger? I think Jamie Vardy is an ideal 4-3-3 winger. He's not a 4-4-2 winger. Ollie Watkins is not a 4-4-2 winger. He's not going to come in and cross the ball. No. But I think Ollie Watkins, if you were to put Ollie Watkins in a system where it's a 4-2-3-1, where you don't necessarily have a winger, but you have a left attacking midfielder or a traditional left winger and a traditional right winger, and you look at Ollie Watkins and say, go and stand up in between, go and stand in between John Terry and Desai. And I want you to have your back to goal, collect the ball, turn, and make a pass. Hell, look at how England play right now. Ollie Watkins cannot play a striker in England's system right now. He will get mauled. They're going to beat him up and they're going to push him to the side because England plays with a lone striker and there are times he'll have to have his back to goal. I think that is where Tridini was going with his comment, and it's a fair comment. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not a system for Ollie Watkins. There is a system for Ollie Watkins, but he's not a prototypical striker. He's not strong in the air. He's not strong with his back to goal. He cannot hold up possession. He cannot free up pressure. But if you put the ball behind the defenders like we saw today, he will get it. And he has a nose for goal. So it depends. I think it depends on the system that Dean is referring to. Now, Ivan Toney, I get the feeling that there's something going on within the media about Toney. I've said it from the day when he came off suspension and we were talking and say he's possibly $100 million. There's no team paying $100 million for him. And we hear now that even $40 million might not be something that a team would offer. Why would Troy Deeney now say, oh, he thinks Southgate will pick Toney over Ollie Watkins? Why not say Southgate will pick Greenwood over Ollie Watkins? Because Greenwood and Toney is kind of in the same bracket with a bad recent history and would create waves if he get picked for the England team. There is something going on with this Ivan Toney rhetoric. I don't know what it is, but it don't make any sense.
I think Ollie Watkins is an underrated player.
But is he a striker for you though?
You know what? All right, so Barca used to play some 4-3-3, and a lot of teams are playing 4-3-3 football recently. Right. He's a quick, in between the channels sort of player. I think if you put two wingers beside him who are able to pull defenders off of him, you can have him down the middle because he's that sort of quick cutting in between and getting behind players. Yes, he's not going to be a prototypical 9 hold-up ball. In fact, the prototypical 9 Haaland can't even hold up ball himself. But at the end of the day, what he does best is the ability to cut behind defenders, as you said, and score goals. I mean, he's surgical. When we talk about clinical in tight spaces, I mean, you give him a peek at the goal, he must score. And that's ultimately what you want an attacking player, aka a striker, for your door.
So, but true, but then what your priority will be, because I'm now thinking that if you put Ollie Watkins in the England starting lineup right now, he's not striking the fear in the defenders of, don't make him get possession, hold on, blah, 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 blah. So now that will give the opponent a chance to crunch the midfield and pressure out Jude. So now Jude Bellingham will not have the space to roam like he's used to, because the Watkins threat is different than what Bellingham needs. I think it is all about preference. We've seen Thierry Henry and Trezeguet couldn't play together because they were too similar of a striker, which hurt Trezeguet's international career. We've seen Brazil win a World Cup with Bebeto and Romario, who were two kind of smaller body strikers. But we've seen Torangelo Flo from Norway that came out and was like a unicorn. And in some way, my boy from where used to play for Liverpool, what name? Lanky baller.
Yeah, Crouch.
Peter Crouch. We see Crouch come out and Peter Crouch come out and offer a different thing as a striker. But it depends on the system. It depends on where.
It heavily depends on the system, but and I agree 100% on that. But if you are taking similar prototypes of strikers into a tournament, then you making the job of the opponents easier, because AKA I plan for the same prototype of attackers. When I have designed a plan for these tall, pull-up play position sort of strikers, let me say, all right, I see him playbook. We don't care if a Hurricane or Mother or whoever, it's the same playbook. Now, if you have some look of smaller attackers who can come in and say, all right, we're going to give you a different look, like a Ollie Watkins, then you force the opponent say, all right, so then put in Ollie Watkins, and now we need somebody who's going to be able to have to run with him, because you know he's going to cut behind you. So then you force the center backs, you're forcing the center backs to have you have to have center backs who are either A, can play the offside trap very well, or B, have the ability to run with him. So, I mean, but big up to Ollie Watkins. I cannot highlight that goal he scored at the end, though. It was a beautiful chip. Class baller. Yo, Mikel Arteta was asked why didn't he play Martinelli over Trossard. He said, yo, I'm my coach. Junior, why the man matter? But I mean, he's not wrong. He's, would it have mattered? I think you already said something like it wouldn't. If Martinelli was playing.
No, because it's like you're damned if you do it, damned if you don't. Because if he played him and then the same result, then they will not say why he never played. So he's right. I am the coach. This is the reason why a coach is like some time to decompress, because when a brother come in and ask, yo, why you never play? You're not paid to coach. Shut the hell up. I am paid to coach. And I am going to make this decision. And you're talking to the man that have Arsenal in the top 3. How the hell you would just come now at the last minute and ask me why I never made this change? Like you are coaching. But shut up, man. That's the result.
The reporters are asking questions just like the fans. There's no reluctance, shouldn't be any reluctance to answer the question. Now, granted, we can't tell him how to answer the question, because of course he's a human being and him ticked off, and him, sometimes the emotions very ripe. But because of the same questions and the mass expansion of this league through the media and these people asking him questions, why Arteta can get him fat check and Arsenal can get a bag of money from the Premier League because of the media coverage and the TV rights there. So, I'm not going to tell the man to shut the hell up, Junior.
But you ask a stupid question, you'll be treated with a stupid response, or a response that make you look stupid.
You are the manager and the man them lose a game and you have to come to the firing squad, brother.
All right, so what if Arteta said, well, we were hoping to do this and do that and then blah, 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 and then this didn't work out and blah, blah, blah. The reporter will answer, well, didn't you say blah, blah? What makes the reporter feel? Look, reporter, you ask the man the question, but that is what ball chat is for. We are at ball chat. We here are armchair coaches, and we sit down and we try to coach a game over again, and we're not getting paid $1. But we can't make some decision. Come talk to me about it, Mr. Reporter. Because, all right, for example, Benta, you said earlier about Diaby. I said Diaby offered more defensively, right?
Yes.
And I don't necessarily believe that's the reason why. I believe that it's a flip of the coin. Okay, Diaby, you start. But I think it was always in the plan Liam Bailey will come on, because I am looking more going forward. Diaby and Bailey offers the same thing going forward. That means we're going to have constant pressure down Arsenal's left side.
Yes, fair
And,
enough.
and then the goal came from it, right?
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Which is right, which is wrong. We don't know. So Arteta don't sit down like he is the brother that made the ultimate decision. I am the architect. Me, Arteta, is the architect for your discussion. If you think about it. You, the reporter, I am the architect for your discussion. So you can't come ask me, the architect, why we never go the other way. It's because of me decide where you're going to talk about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how we see it.
Channel your inner Arteta then and answer this question. Is Arsenal bottling this thing? Last week we entered this and we left out of this position. Well, you weren't here last week, saying that Arsenal had their own destiny in their hand. Now they've handed it to Man City. Are they bottling this thing, Junior? Are they pissing up the bed? Wetting up the bed?
Well, you know, in football at times it's two teams playing against each other. And to use your analogy of wetting the bed, in that case, we are on a bed that Liverpool has wetted up for halfway through the season, that Man City is starting to wet up. But somehow our wetness is a new wetness, and then tomorrow we'll hear about Man City wetness, and we'll see who finishes at the end. Let's see who is driest at the end. But no, we're not bottling it. We are fighting. We played against a good team. Unai Emery is jealous of the job that I'm doing here, so he came extremely motivated to beat us, and that's fine. We will see you again.
And then the reporter said, Mikel, your team turned up flat, unprepared. Looked like they were ready for a battle. What?
Well, in your eyes, we were unprepared. But in my eyes, I saw 11 players on the field that wanted to play football, and the ball just didn't bounce right for us today. I mean, it is what it is. But we are still in the top three. We still have a chance, and we will see how this season ends.
Another team who gave Man City the advantage again today, Liverpool, had a horrible week. Horrible week. You could have predicted anything coming out of coming into this week, and thought that Liverpool wasn't gonna get embarrassed by Atalanta, and then subsequently, I think Crystal Palace, this is the third defeat that Crystal Palace have dropped on Liverpool at Anfield during Klopp's tenure. Junior, again, what happened with Liverpool? A few weeks ago I asked you and come on, I said, Liverpool have rescued 29 points or something to that effect from losing positions. And it's actually the most points rescued from losing positions by any team this season. And I asked, are they running on luck? And I think the words that you guys used was the resilience, grit. What happened to the grit today, Junior?
Look, the world isn't perfect, and it happens, right? And I always said that Liverpool will every team go through that rut. And Liverpool had those moments, continuously I don't wax lyrical about them, but eventually the luck will run out, right? And the luck just ran out.
It's not resilience, then it's luck.
No, but even the most resilient, there's a reason why in life nothing is 100%.
Yeah.
Even bleach, then put on the back of the buckle. The bleach kills 99.9999% germ. It's a 1 to the 0.0001%. Well, nothing in life is perfect, right? The same thing happened now. Nothing in life is perfect for Liverpool. It's unfortunate, but you can sit down now as a Liverpool, big up Marco Pratt, because Marco said in the football group, right when the game started, it said something like, how long before Liverpool concede again first, right? And within 5 minutes, goal. And we say, if it's one man we know him team, is Marco. Dalton also know Liverpool well and always highlight and chronicle the issues that Liverpool have. But they always seem to believe that they can ride over it and win and carry on, and that's fine. But it will not happen all the time. Now, the problem now is when you get run off the field in midweek, and then you turn around and your coach come out and said there will be a response, and unfortunately you fall flat again. That will set off some alarm bells, but anybody watching the game would know that Liverpool was unlucky. They were unlucky not to score a goal or two. We all can agree to that. So it's not like Crystal Palace kill them or run them off of the field. And we sit on saying Crystal Palace could have won 4-5-0. No. Liverpool is all right.
I don't know if Liverpool is all right. Jurgen Klopp said, quote, this one feels really, really rubbish. I need time to process that. And of course, big up to Jurgen. Huge fan of his work, and he's a brother who I feel like is very honest when he speaks to the press and he shares his true thoughts in the assessment at the moment. When the game kick off, and I think in the first 5 minutes, your CDM, Mr. Endo, got salad by Easy, or I don't know, Eze, or whoever salad. That didn't start well for Liverpool. How you're supposed to be a part of football teams, a part of their belly, their intestinal fortitude, their grit, is that CDM, that center midfield position. And when your CDM gets salad earlier on, the opponents are saying, all right, so we have one fishy or one punk here, we're going to done him. And time during this ball game, he was left exposed. And he was exposed, and Klopp subsequently decided to sub them at halftime and put McAllister in the BS, and then brought on Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, of course, started. Farewell tour, it looked like Dalios is mashing up, Junior.
Hey, I don't want to say I told you so, but I'm maintaining my stance that I truly think that the players are playing too much football. So when a coach now can come in and say, yo, we're going to have a response, we're going to give a response, and blah, 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 blah. These grown professional men sometimes get put in a position where they have to make a business decision. Sometimes you just don't feel like playing a ball. But this
is why you have a squad. This is why you have depth. This is why you can't tell a man, say, yo, well, let's see. Now, granted, Liverpool has been hit very hard by injuries, so we can't excuse that fact. But at the same time, it almost seems I guess the bottom line is that all things must come to an end. And at the end of the day, Klopp and this team, they might press gas, and you can only press gas and stay at this high level but for so long. And you're going to run into issues at some point.
But then as a coach, cause this happens, anybody that has been, and not only coaching, anybody that's been in a position of leadership, you know you're going to have those highs, you're going to have those lows, and what you are is somewhere in the middle. And you try to stay as close to the middle as possible while enjoying the highs, but being prepared to go through the lows so that you can quickly recover, right? I think if I was Klopp, to channel my inner Klopp right now, look at the team and say, look, guys, fine. We lost in the midweek. Fine. We lost in the Premier League. So then let's just take a break, take a breather, take a deep breath, and just forward back and play the next game. Let's not dwell on it. Let's not let it fester. Any issues, because these are the times when cracks in teams turn into fissures, right? Because the pressure of the world is on you, chasing this Premier League title, chasing this Europa League title. And oh, by the way, your legendary coach is trying to go out on top. So that's even more added pressure. There are times when that pressure, it either creates a diamond or the coal just turn into dust. And you as a coach right now need to check and make sure that the coal that is under the pressure, is it compressing and turning into diamond, or is it turning into hard carbon dust? If it is, find a way to release the pressure, find a way to release the stress, and let's recover. Pep is sitting down laughing right now because Pep is thinking to himself like, yo, this is why we break all the rules, all the FIFA fair play rules.
Allegedly.
This is why we break all the rules. So I can go to the Bernabeu midweek. I have a great game and forward back weekend and look at whichever 11 I'm picking and say, look, we want to go out there and put this game to bed because we have bigger things to deal with in the week. However, you don't go out there and hold yourself back. You go play 100% because we have that dog ready for coming. And it's just the players are playing too much.
Allegedly break all these rules. You know, but the point taken. Man City 73 points in first position. Arsenal second 71 points. And Liverpool in third on 71 points. Also Arsenal goal difference, superior goal difference. But I mean, Pep squad depth is heavily in favor of Man City. I mean, we know that. You know, these three teams that are battling for this title, Man City have a deeper bunch of players that they can rely on. People who they say, yo, General, and I already have some championship experience. When you can look on the bench against Luton, you tell Mateo Kovacic, a man who have already won titles, they say, yo, you're playing instead of Rodri, our starting CDM this week. And of course, Kovacic scored a beautiful goal. So you have that depth with Man City. And it's not Man City's fault or Man City's problem why Arsenal and Liverpool don't build a similar depth, because they are competing in multiple competitions and they have to also have their horses, or aka players, ready for the Gideon down the stretch. Because Man City know the playbook of win this title already, you know.
Yes.
They're right around the championship with 6 or 5 or 10 games left. Just they're right around it. Because whosoever I lead and we're healthy, them drop the soap, we are going to run with it. Because we've seen them go on unbeaten runs late in the season.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not, I mean, top 3 schedule from here, Junior. Again, want to reiterate. Man City, 73 points. Arsenal, Liverpool, both on 71 points. Taking a look at the schedule. Man City versus Brighton, Forest, Wolves, Fulham, Spurs. The date for Spurs game to be decided. And West Ham, those are the remaining 6 games from Man City. Arsenal, Wolves, Chelsea, Spurs, Bournemouth, Man United, Everton, Liverpool, Fulham, Everton, West Ham, Spurs, Aston Villa, and Wolves. Of course, Arsenal and Man City, Champions League games, Liverpool, Europa League games, Man City, FA Cup game. Is Man City alone? Or is any of the other 2 in FA Cup?
No, Man City alone. Because Coventry play Man U next week for the semi-finals.
That's a Man City in FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea. Looking at this schedule, Junior, where your money stay right now?
Yo, it rough it out. It rough because all right. So in the Man City, for Man City, Nottingham Forest is trying to stave off relegation.
Yes.
Spurs is trying to get European football.
Yes.
West Ham at the end of the season might be in a position where they could be getting European football, right? So that those are 3 games, 2 away, one at home that Man City play that the teams really have something to play for, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal have Spurs, who again trying to get European football. They have Man U at Old Trafford. We don't know what Man U will be at that point, but they are trying to get European football as well. Everton, with the point deduction every week, they find some new half a point to take over Everton, but still Man City can still be on 73 points, well, remarkably. Is Everton might be playing for their lives that day. That means that Arsenal have 3 games, 2 away, 1 at home. That is have something to play for. Liverpool play Everton, Merseyside Derby. We know how that's a crazy game. West Ham trying to get European football. Spurs trying to get European football. Aston Villa trying to get European football. Liverpool have murderers row left. 4 away games. That's murderers row. It come down to Arsenal and Man City. And it really is going to come down to, is Ten Hag still going to be the Manchester United coach when Arsenal visit, in terms of Ineos backing him and saying, let's get ready for the next season? And will Sean Dyche be put in a position where he has to fight at least for a point to stay in the Premier League? I think that's where the season come down to. I really do. I really think those 2 teams are the ones that going to determine the factor. I think Man City is going to be Man City. They're going to finish however they finish. They are going to drop some points though. I can see Manchester City dropping points against Brighton. I can see Manchester City dropping points against Nottingham Forest. I can see that possibly happening. So they're going to drop some points, but Arsenal going to have to take this.
You know what, Junior? I will say this: you don't win 3 EPL titles in a row and drop soap. Man City win out, they win the title, right?
Right.
I will be shocked if Man City lose another EPL point. I don't know what's going to happen in Champions League. I don't know what's going to happen in the FA Cup against Chelsea. Those are different animals. But in this league, I'll be shocked if they drop another point, because here it is that this is an opportunity that they were yearning for 3 weeks ago. After the Arsenal game, after the Liverpool game, them said, "Boy, yo, we gave up our." No, they have. I'll be shocked if they drop any points. I'll be shocked if they drop any points. But like you said, ball around. We have to play the ball game. Other EPL results. And speaking of Spurs, Junior, Spurs got ran off the field 4-0 yesterday by Newcastle. Can you look at Spurs yesterday against Newcastle and really think that Spurs is gonna have an impact in this title race?
Hell yeah, because I don't think nobody expected Newcastle to do that, including Spurs. And I think Tottenham, that was a tech break game. I really think Tottenham. Some games you will just go there and you can see the players just like, it's not our day. We will get the next one tomorrow. That's how I see it. I don't think Newcastle is truly 4 goals better than Tottenham. I think Newcastle caught them at the right time, and I think Tottenham unfortunately ran up into Newcastle at the wrong time.
But also, Spurs doesn't really have much depth.
No.
Yesterday's team was probably their best starting 11. I guess you could say, all right, you could switch out a Bentancur for Pape Sarr and start him with Bissouma. You could switch out a Bissouma for Højbjerg. But the preferred team that has been starting when they were on that very good run was Pape Sarr, Bissouma in that midfield. Well, you could switch out Kulusevski. Okay. You probably need to bench Werner and put Kulusevski back in the starting 11. That's probably their best team, right?
But how would that change the result? I mean, even though you're switching like for like, in my opinion.
Well,
So,
not changing yesterday's outcome, It's actually
right.
looking at options going forward down the road. Because if this is your best 11, this cannot be your best 11 going down the road and play Man City. Because the man, they're going to kill you.
We don't know which Tottenham. It's a that's the thing now with us as when we sit down and look at the game as one game and trying to analyze the one game over the season instead of over the season.
Yeah.
It just going. If you watch, all right, we watch Newcastle now, and then we say, "Yo, this Newcastle team serious or no? That means that they must can finish blah." But then 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were sitting down talking about Eddie Howe and Patch, which one will get fired first.
Yeah, well, Patch is still always on.
Yeah, so Patch can't get up off the mat. So it's just one of those. To me, that was just one of those games where it just never worked right. I think this more speaks to Ainge, and you know how Ainge was the flavor of the month for a while. Everybody, he can possibly go and coach this and possibly coach that. Well, we see the difference in pedigree between you and Xavi. And even not Xavi, my boy, they are a Bayer Leverkusen, and that might not be apples and oranges. We see the difference between you and Unai Emery, because as much as Aston Villa, some games Aston Villa lose, but you can't point a finger to where Aston Villa get 4 love, 5 love. Yeah, you might see a one game where the high line get them. I think even the same Tottenham, they run them off the field one time, right? But it's not Aston Villa look clueless, or them look disinterested or whatever. That's what Tottenham looked like, and that's what it looked like them took a breath. So instead of, if it's not an indictment against the players, I would say it's an indictment against the coach.
Yeah, and regard Aston Villa did lose, picked up 4 from Tottenham.
But Tottenham, yeah, but remember, why they get red card,
Yeah, there was a red card in that.
There's a red card, right? One love or 2 love.
Yeah, but the thing is that for Newcastle, though, Junior, is that Eddie Howe probably now have his team back to full health, right? Because there's been a lot of injuries. I mean, Isak has missed quite a few games, and every week them have somebody else gone. So this may be his strongest team. But on the box of this game going to Newcastle, Spurs knew that they had a chance to really still put pressure on Aston Villa for that 4th spot. So to that end, do you yield and that 4th spot and say Villa gone with it then? Champions League?
No, because Aston Villa still play a high line. Plus, Aston Villa have those games coming up. Okay. Them got rid of Arsenal, but they play with Pool, right? Or City.
Yeah, they will play Liverpool. They will they will play Liverpool.
So I'm looking at the schedule right now.
They play the penultimate game against Liverpool.
And they play Chelsea, Bournemouth, Brighton, Crystal Palace.
Aston Villa
does, yes. Okay. So it feels good right now, but Aston Villa will get their test as well. They are going to have that one game when they take a breath and get punched in the mouth like Tottenham did today, and they are this weekend. And can Tottenham get up? No, them couldn't get up off the mat. Can Aston Villa get up off the mat when they get thumped in the mouth? Because it's going to happen. It's going. It's going to happen.
I mean, the only hope that Aston Villa, it will happen. I mean, ultimately the hope is that for Aston Villa fans is that when it does happen, there is enough separation between you and your competitor for that spot, aka that top 4 spot, so you don't have to stress too much about any dropping off points, right?
Which there is no room, because Tottenham is 3 points behind, but Tottenham have a game in hand.
Yeah, Tottenham has a game in hand. All right, the EPL table, of course, we highlighted the top three. The fourth spot, a huge victory for Aston Villa as they push for that Champions League spot. Junior, Manchester United, seventh. I mean, can they get into this Europa League spot?
Yeah, they can.
Or is the Conference League them there right now?
No, because if Man City win Champions League, I think the extra spot bumps up. I remember the extra spots coming in, so they can still get to Europe. There's some stupid stipulation.
Yeah, there is with the new formation coming. There's something. Yeah.
But when you look at it and you say can they? Theoretically they can. Plus they still have a game against Newcastle coming up, so they can peg Newcastle back, right? So it's there theoretically. But the way they're playing and with all the cascades now, I think it's going to be difficult. And as a Man U fan, I would hope they don't play European football next year. I would just like Man U to just start over fresh and concentrate on domestic football next year.
Drop points again yesterday against Bournemouth.
I wouldn't say drop points. I would say them rescue a point.
Rescue a point. All right.
Yeah.
Rescue a point. So that's a good. Because they're on the verge of dropping points.
Yeah, I think that's where they are, and it is what it is. We'll laugh after them for the last 3 years, but right now it's supposed to reach a point where it's not even worth thinking about Man U as a big side anymore, which is needed.
BM says, can't believe Man United battling for Conference League spot. What my team gone to?
But that that is needed, and yo. We're not even talking about it. Benton and BM, as good as Kamboala a player and he had a couple good games, you see the shift what the man get for Bournemouth scored the first goal? No, Bournemouth. I said the play for something to beat. Bournemouth first goal. You see the plot work and the man leave the man at yo people. Look up Bournemouth's first goal yesterday. Jeez, man. Yo, Kambola, God go with your brother, cause that's embarrassing.
But all right, I wouldn't be a good journalist. I'm not gonna call myself one right now. I can't be a good journalist, Junior. And I asked about this Garnacho liking Goldbridge tweet. Goldbridge said that Ten Hag was implying or throwing Garnacho under the bus, and Mr. Garnacho liked the tweet. Anything to read into that, or is there potentially an issue there going on with Garnacho and him coach?
I love it.
Garnacho was subbed when during that ball game?
Halftime.
Why you take off the general at halftime?
Well, the technically, the first at both goals came off Garnacho's poor decision.
Okay.
No, the first goal, sorry. But I like it. I like for many reasons. Number one, I don't think anything will come out of it. Things will come out of it, but we won't hear, right? Because this isn't Sancho, this isn't Rashford, right? Now, we can sit down and play TV and try to say, Garnacho sit down on his phone. If we really think Garnacho sat on his phone and hit the like button on Goldbridge something, you are clueless and you're lost. That is whoever is responsible for Garnacho's Instagram account did that, or Twitter account, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
But Goldbridge pointed out something that is true, right? And then the non-Man U fans are the people that don't have a stake in Man U, but are football fans, and the journalists out there will ask a question about it, but not read between the lines So as the insider for Manchester United, I'm going to read between the lines.
Okay, go ahead.
Ten Hag did to Garnacho for a 45-minute performance, something that he has not done to Rashford, who hasn't played anything for the whole season. Now, the journalist might say, are you showing Rashford preferential treatment? Are you saying Rashford is above the team or is above reproach? Why are you killing Garnacho but letting Rashford off? The whole world hate Anthony, but you seem to always support Anthony, but you're not supporting Garnacho. As the Manchester United insider, Ten Hag is actually supporting Garnacho. And if I was Marcus Rashford conscience, I would be worried right now because you are a lost cause. The coach don't even care about you enough to say that you are causing this. You are playing now because you have to. You are the highest paid player on the team, and we are trying to figure it out around you, which means the young youth have to take on more work than you right now, and he has to do his work plus your work. That is what is written in between the lines right there. And if Garnacho take heed to that, to the bus driven over him, and get up and say, "Okay, coach, let me figure this out," he will be better off fight as a player. Now, if him ego kick in, then he might go ball and say, "I'm going to go Real Madrid, I'm going to want to go Barcelona or wherever," and Man U cash in. And when he goes to that team, he better not do what Ten Hag cuss him off, because the result will be a little bit different. So it is on Garnacho. I like it though, because the younger players now are being forced to grow up in front of our eyes. So it's good for
and I just want to understand clearly. He's leaving Rashford on, even though he's not playing well, to the detriment of the team. What exactly? What going?
You see, just like when you talk about Liverpool's and Liverpool depth issues, right? I think in football, in especially in English Premier League, is a coach is responsible for more than just the game.
Yes.
There is a responsibility to the bottom line. There's a responsibility
the money.
Right.
Yeah.
If Ten Hag was to pick his best 11, his best playing 11, Rashford is not even in the squad.
Okay.
We know that.
Fair enough.
But he has to play him because jersey sales, because the rhetoric behind Rashford. Because remember, a couple years ago, Rashford was doing benevolence. They had him out there working at the food
kitchen. He was doing a lot of community service. Good youth. Very good in the community.
But look at the rhetoric this year. Rashford gone a party at Belarus and say him sick, but we have him on camera dance the same night. What happened to this Rashford? Which Rashford is the real Rashford? So there is more to what's going on in the game, and the coach have to balance it out. Just like how it came out that the Man U board is disappointed that Mason Mount have the number 7 shirt and is not on the field. So it's not nothing to do with winning games. So them have to play around that.
Them have figure, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe said that qualifying for Europe is imperative. In fact, I think he went as far as saying that qualifying for Champions League is imperative because of the financial implication. And if one make sure me I get it right, if there are financial implications, of course we know that, and you have a brother who's a bug, aka Rashford, not playing good football, and you cannot, and the management has said, brother, we need to make Champions League, then this player is not helping you achieve this financial bottom line. So why do you keep playing him as a manager? No jersey, and who will buy jersey a bug player right now?
You know it's still happening, but you say Ratcliffe, and you said it early,
Yeah.
I defended him at the time, but him talking a little bit too much now. And him not talking, he's just saying things that we all know. Oh, you know, you can fix the bottom. Like, dude, I know you have to answer the questions that are asked. But sometimes you can see a camera and a microphone and walk away from it. You don't need to talk. We don't. Yes, there's a feel good vibe around the side right now, and you're coming in and you want to spend money. And all right, cool. But you know, you're. I think Ratcliffe. I'm starting to get the sense that he is loving the attention he's getting. And
because him other bug side never give him no attention.
Right. And every billionaire likes to get their ego stroked. So yes, and he grew up apparently he was a long time Man U fan, so he loved the vibe around Man U and now he's feeling that vibe and how people look on him as a savior. I don't give a damn what the hell he say over the paper. Just make sure you hire the right people that make the right football decision and just stay out the way. The only issue I have right now is you are coming out and saying all this BS, but you're not putting the support behind Ten Hag. You see how Bayern Munich come out and say, yo, Tuchel gone, you know. Tuchel, you're gone at the end of the season. So nobody plan about nothing. You know what? If you notice, you don't hear Bayern Munich is looking at X and Y player. Bayern Munich is doing this in the trap. You notice you don't hear anything like that. But every 2 minutes, Ten Hag is about to be fired. But then he hears my boy used to play for Chelsea is high on Manchester United transfer list. Then he hears Southgate might be Man U coach. But then he hears Man U want Olise. Ratcliffe, the only thing you need to say is we support Ten Hag or Ten Hag might get fired, you know, because he's not doing good enough. And we have some clarity. You might chat too much, man.
Landscape of the EPL family. Top three, of course, we highlighted earlier, but Nottingham Forest had 2 points deducted this week. Junior, is it this week or was last? I think it's this week.
This week.
They're 1 point above the drop zone. Talk to me about the bottom three of family.
I think, but yet Man City still have 73 points. I think because they have most.
What does Man City 73 points have to do with this?
Because I think Man City is getting off the hook because we have must-see TV for the next couple weeks. What the top three?
Okay.
When you don't know, I'm finding all of these little things at the bottom. Don't I? Guess what you have now? Must-see TV for the relegation battle.
All right. And this is the Premier League sustainability, financial sustainability rules, which you highlight that Man City still get off the hook, allegedly for breaking these rules, whereas Forest I break the rules and I get deducted, and Everton broke the rules and got deducted. So, okay, all right. Yo, if you can't break the rules and I get caught, don't break the rules, brother.
Simple. That's true. But remember, what's the name of the committee?
Premier League Sustainability and PSR, something like that.
All right. Forget about, we know what a P is. Forget about the R. The key word is sustainability. And how you sustain the league, have all eyes on it and then watching it. You could have deducted the points at the end of the season. It is crazy that you're deducting points. No. Don't do the one. That's crazy.
Fair enough.
Man City have 73 points.
You sustain the league by having eyes on it, but you have 20 wealthy owners. Or you have 20 rich people who have clubs in this league. And these 19 people are going to sit down and say, yo, brother, I'm going to watch a rich person over there so thief up the thing and make him get away with it. And me can't thief and get away with it. I think that the issue here is that and this is just my assessment, Man City might get dark points, fine, and might lose all the titles, fine. But at the end of the day, Man City has a legions of lawyers ready, as we saw with the UEFA case, that they successfully took to Court of Arbitration for Sport. Right. So when the Premier League come to Man City and say that Man City has broken the rules, the Premier League better be correct, because Man City lawyers and legions of lawyers will battle you. Them look at idiot teams here who doesn't have the resources, I think, to go toe-to-toe with the Premier League over a much longer period than a Man City. I think that this is why them just take the 2 points deduction and forget it. You know, there was a story that came out. In fact, big up to Karen Megger and a few journalists out of England who highlighted this week the financial statements for Chelsea. And Chelsea's latest financial statement, by the way, Chelsea will wrap up this week's EPL round. They play tomorrow. I think they play what? Brentford. I don't even know who they play tomorrow. But they will wrap up the EPL round. And Chelsea's latest financial statement has these massive losses on them. And Chelsea's major sale was they sold 2 hotels on the property. 2 hotels that was in the holding, the club's holding. And they sold them to other part of the same ownership structure. So it's just like Junior have massive ownership portfolio of Chelsea Football Club, and him sell the 2 clubs over here, so to him next company over there. So that all of them think there's have to, and I think that is some of the accusation against Man City. And I think the Premier League has to figure out a better way to solve this problem.
So you think the Premier League will cut off its nose to spite its face?
No, it can't cut off its nose, but they can't. But at the same time, Forest owner, Luton owner, Brentford owner, Crystal Palace owner. In fact, Crystal Palace owner is the loudmouth American John Textor, who was already down in Brazil, a Botafogo owner who says that the Brazilian league is corrupt. And so he's on a campaign to say that, whosoever is corrupt in these leagues, he's out to get them. So you have other owners who's also saying that if Man City is corrupt, then they need to be held to task. And John Textor is one of them. Of course, he has a lawsuit against him down in Brazil now for talking rubbish.
Well, you see, the American owners, these are the views of international football fans. The American owners better watch themselves, because all it's going to take is the rhetoric to go into the EPL fans, not only your team fans, but the EPL fans, that this owner is trying to turn the English Premier League into the NFL. Bye-bye. We've seen that with the Glazers. We've seen that with Cranky. We've seen that with my boy Arsenal. As soon as they start really flexing their muscles, the fans start revolting and say, no, we don't want our club run like that. Premier League clubs are different. It's a different mindset than in America.
Yeah, different.
You can't go there and think, you can't go disrupt the people in the environment and get away with it that easily. No.
Yeah. And so we will see what will happen with Man City. But until the conviction come down, which apparently a lot of people predict will happen, Man City is still the standard bearer in this league, so I mean. And even if the ruling come out and Man City vacate whatever, Man City is still the standard bearer of the league. You can't standard bearer and you can't, you're not a trophy show for it. Well, you might have a trophy to show for it. Who will take on the trophy? Yeah, but if they vacate the title, so they come back and say that Man City was convicted of 115 charges. All right? And the penalties so far has been fines and points deduction. So, I mean, after the points deduction they occur, I mean, clearly them have to go give back some of my trophies them. if convicted.
Forget about Man City, right? Forget about Man City. Forget about the Man City fans.
Yeah.
Which Arsenal fan you know when come out? No, which Liverpool fan you know when come out now and say, "Hey, we won the title." What last year? Which year was the iconic point race? It was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
we won the title. We won the title that year. There, blah blah blah. Which Liverpool fan you know when come and say that to you? Nobody is going to care.
Junior,
Nobody cares.
I don't think it matters, you know. I actually think they do care, because ultimately what happens the year that Man City defeated Liverpool by 1 point.
Right.
You know, there's some Liverpool fans who will say, you see it there? Them thief, give away a trophy, a full trophy. If the year they defeated Arsenal, when I was last year they defeated Arsenal. Same thing again. If they come back and deduct points from Man City and subsequently hand the trophy over to Arsenal, Arsenal fans are gonna say, yeah, a full trophy, because they unjustly won the title by skirting the rules. Them man the Gladbach boss. I want to you. Liverpool.
No.
So I think, I mean, and again, I don't necessarily think Man City. Well, not I don't know if something fishy are going around a corner with Man City's books, allegedly. But at the same time,
we know, yeah.
At the same time, it's a lot of these problems with Man City, and so Chelsea have some of the same issues, is that how you deal with selling entities that is under the same holding group, under the same ownership. For example, Man City, I'm not talking about selling an individual. This is not relevant. This is about properties and whatever. But the transfer of players. Man City is the owner of Girona. In Man City's football group, is the owner of Girona in La Liga. Right. Girona has a Brazilian baller named Savio. Savio is a general. Savio is scheduled to be a Man City player this summer. Now, a man might sit down there and say, wait, how Man City a transfer player between them own self?
But then where does the line of demarcation happen? Because with Deco is an agent, right?
Yeah.
Every time Deco sends a player to Barcelona, why we're not raising a flag on that?
Well, that's also brought up a red flag too. I mean, that's also brought up because FIFA has said that they're trying to rein in some of the control of agents.
But you cannot do. All right, so football. Big up. Rock Marciano is the goat. Watching on Twitch saying, "Thank God Jurgen Klopp is leaving." As a Liverpool fan, I don't want any of them City trophies given to us. I promise you, if we were to put up a poll,
I'm wrong. Dalton, Liverpool Nation, if the man them come back and say City cook the books and deduct the points and them hand Liverpool trophies, them not take it. Them don't want it.
I wish I could put up a poll in all the chats.
Go ahead, Junior. You were saying regarding the agent situation and player movement.
Yeah, you would have to find a line of demarcation, and every situation we will find some connection between player and club and say something nefarious is happening. So it's either you let it all go as long as it is transparent or not. You have some situations where a player will come out and say, yo, I am a fan of Barcelona. And him said that September. But transfer window, forget about January transfer window. The main transfer window doesn't open until next June. And Real Madrid going to say, yo, I wanted that player, but the player that even listed to us, yo, how come the agent at the club saying that they want 500 million for the player, but Barcelona going to get him for 20 million? What are you going to say? Oh, something nefarious in that, which in that case, something obviously nefarious in that.
Yeah.
Where is the line of demarcation? As long as it stays transparent, I think we could.
That you brought up a very good point. There's a lot of fishy business, aka strange action, because it's a $1 billion business. I mean, millions, billions of dollars, maybe even $1 trillion business. So I will put money and change on. Antoine Griezmann transfer to Barcelona. Check one of those similar bells that boxes that you talk about, because remember Atletico Madrid took Barcelona to court, because Antoine Griezmann had a clause in his contract that if you sign him at a specific date, it was $100 million baller.
Right.
There was a lot of wrangling back and forth, and what one is that, but if you waited until July 1st, the transfer release clause dropped to a certain amount. Atletico Madrid accused Barcelona of making a deal with Antoine Griezmann during the $100 million release clause and telling him to wait till the money drop to get a lower release. And I think some of those things happen because you have no paper trail. Sometimes it's off the record. You have an agent that talk to a man and say, yo, Junior, me I gotta sign your ball. It's the same thing I go on now, I think, with Joao Felix. And Joao Felix is an Atletico Madrid player, and he's currently working for Barcelona. But I think Atletico Madrid will pull a revenge thing upon Barcelona for this Joao Felix deal, because Barcelona said we want him for a cheaper price. Atletico Madrid not yielding because of the whole Griezmann thing. That is my prediction.
But I'll do you one better. Anthony Martial in the January transfer window.
Yes.
He was locked, sealed, ready to go to, I don't remember, I think it's at one of the, either Spain or a French team, right? Anthony Martial is in the last 6 months of his contract.
Yeah.
Anthony Martial said, oh no, I don't want God no, because I rather sign at the end of the season when teams can bid. We have a bidding war, right? I'll be a free agent end of the season. So what did Anthony Martial do? Yo, we're going to surgery, go in surgery.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And he's out for the rest of the season. Someone you don't have an extra striker for the rest of the season, all because his agent and him wanted to have a bidding war in the summer. That is just weird football business is going right now, and that's why we can't.
He always steer us so. He always did that so.
But we look at how Brighton under Tony Pulis was Brighton.
Stoke City.
Tony Pulis. No man, Tony Pulis was. I knew it was Pulis. I think he was coaching Brighton and Sergio Berahino.
Said
Berahino, yeah. And also
was it West Brom.
West Brom.
West Bromwich, West Brom.
Yes, West Brom. And he refused to let Berahino walk. You have Watford with
Ismaila
Sarr refused to make Sarr walk, right?
Yeah.
And it's just the business of football. That is just how football is. That's the world we live in. The players go out and rightfully so try to garner as much money as they can. That's what an agent gets paid for. But when you turn a multi-million-dollar industry into a billion-dollar industry, you open the doors now for billion-dollar decisions to be made. And you can't play with those decisions.
Yeah, man, money. Now, regarding the profitability and sustainability rules of the Premier League now, one thing that must be said, if you look at Man City's transfers of late, they have gotten younger. They've been very aggressive in South American market. They're recruiting Julian Alvarez, for example, $20 million baller from River Plate or whatever the team is. And they have another two. They signed Echeverry or another kid. So they've been they may have cooked the books to elevate themselves to the ranks of the competitive clout in the EPL. And the conviction and the UEFA conviction highlighted that until them got it overturned because of date issues, right?
Right.
But subsequently, they have been very aggressive with getting younger and younger ballers coming in from South America. And then you have a Sancho now who you develop and you sell off a Sancho because AKA a homegrown talent garners more money for you when you move off the book. So the business of football. Any other comments you want to highlight before we go? Because there's a very good discussion, and we can't leave before we highlight.
A big Rock Marciano said that Liverpool didn't miss out on those titles because of Man City. They lost them titles because Klopp played Jordan Horrendousson in midfield for 8 years. He lost this season because he didn't buy a proper DM and the attack became toothless in the last month. Both things can be true.
Yeah, man.
Because I think Rock is very true.
Yeah, man.
And you know what? I can tell you this right now. Because Rock is 100% true. I remember hit the subscribe button, Rock. We just start build up the Twitch, but link up on Instagram, Facebook, all over. And we follow back and think. You know who is sitting down right now, waiting patiently to hear Man City vacate titles?
Who?
Jose freaking Mourinho. His greatest coaching achievement with himself in 2020.
Yes, this is true.
I know Mourinho cannot wait to celebrate that Manchester United title.
Yeah. Because he actually did say that was one of his greatest coaching achievements.
Coaching achievement,
He finished second with Manchester United that year.
Yeah.
But he also did highlight that Man City had football heritage, right? Whereas Manchester United didn't have.
And which is also true, but then you have to be careful, Mourinho, with the heritage argument. I'll have a good discussion here, man. The heritage argument, Man City heritage now that means a heritage can be built in 5 years. I mean, that's where we're going, honestly, with the world. We see AI, we see how social media work. Back in the day, a dynasty our real sporting heritage took a while, right? To build. I think 5 years is too short of a time, but hey, look like that's where we're going. So
yeah. I mean, all right. People can say what they want about Man City and the accusations around, cooking books or whatever. But one thing that is abundantly clear, right, for me, Man City ownership and owners decided to take a club to cut through or broke through the upper echelon, the ironclad of English football, right? Prior to Man City coming forward, there was just Man United, Chelsea. That was it, right? Liverpool wasn't even in the conversation. Arsenal, that was the top three.
Tell Marco that because I told Marco that already and Marco run me down.
Liverpool wasn't even in the conversation. I mean, them have one moment here, them play some competitive ball games. But, I mean, with Rafa Benitez and Gerard Houllier, we said this. But when it comes to winning titles, I mean, Man City's ownership has changed the landscape to say, here we have invested significantly and brought this team to be the standard bearer of this business now. I mean, call it cooking the books, call it whatever, but it's translated to results on the field. And we see Chelsea over there, so I try to do whatever they want to do, and it's a bug side.
And also, just to add to what you're saying, because we've seen many teams try the Man City route and failed.
Exactly.
We saw the biggest one to me was Portsmouth. Was it Portsmouth? Is which side they bring in Julius Caesar?
Yeah, man, Portsmouth did with Lua and my entire regiment.
A super side. They bought
a big money side, yeah.
Failed. And Portsmouth right now, I don't even think Portsmouth even exists. I know they were battling. No, I think they were battling non-league and was on the verge of dissolving at one point. Hopefully, because Portsmouth is such a storied club. We've seen with Man City, I think we, you and I are probably bigger Man City fans than the Man City fans out there right now. And the reason why I say that is they only look at Pep and think Man City started with Pep. This Man City run started with Pep. And that's not true. I don't even think this Man City run started with Pellegrini. This Man City run actually started with Mark Hughes. This Man City run, this Manchester City team has Robinho, Sean Wright Phillips.
Yeah.
To give the risk. They were the ones that started Man City down this path. So it's not an overnight thing. Pep came in and took them to the top overnight.
Them to a next level.
But it wasn't overnight. We had not only Pellegrini. What about the Argentina coach I had, the Argentinian?
No, so they had Mancini. Mancini was the coach. Pellegrini.
Mancini.
Pellegrini. So they brought BM says Portsmouth is in League One. They should get promoted to Championship soon. So them and that's the financial landscape of football. If you invest heavily and it doesn't materialize, then dog name is supper, aka you can't go with you. You see what's reaching Newcastle right now? Eddie Howe and Newcastle has said that they will probably have to move players on in the summer. So you have a man like Alexander Isak, who's a general. Now, if I am a big club and I need a striker, and I know the financial landscape, because the coach, Eddie Howe's vocalized that, look, we probably have to move on players, I'm going to underbid the hell out of him. Because,
guess what?
Eh?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to underbid the hell out of him because you can keep him on your books and violate financial the fair play rules all you want.
All right, so you be that smart ass team then. You be that team. Talk to me now. How much you bidding for him?
So the problem is that there will be other people are going to bid for him too, you know.
Thank you, because Carlo will be saying,
this is the problem, you know. No, but
30 million?
No, but if we can all agree that we can all underbid them. because ultimately no club. I think Isaac is worth about 100 million. All right. I think Isaac is $100 million striker.
But then you were underbid for him, right? So how much you were underbid for him?
50 million. All
right. So you whichever team you want to be. Let's say AC Milan moving on from Rafael Leao. Let's say Juventus ready for putting a new striker. Let's say Bayer Leverkusen ready to spend big on a striker. Whichever team you want. Yeah. I am Carlo Ancelotti and I need a number 9. You bid 50, me I go bid 55. Oh, but guess what? PSG over there, so just lose Kylian Mbappe and my boy Luis Enrique need a striker. They're gonna bid 60.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So because it's a competitive market, but again, it's gonna drive up at the price. But I would presume, and I could be wrong, all the other competitors for this player would say, look, they all know that Newcastle need to move players on. So Newcastle may say in a right climate for Newcastle may say Isak will not leave for less than 120. But then because Eddie Howe and Eddie Howe's vocalized say that they have to move players on, the entire world knows that, them now get 120 nowhere.
Well, see, Rock put a good one in there. Liverpool should take Bruno Guimaraes.
You see, there you go. So Bruno might. So, and so it's all about, can you hold on to your players? And so Newcastle needs European football. I mean, let's see what happens. And Aston Villa is in the same boat because Unai Emery said the same thing, that in the summer again they may have to let go players. Now this is why making Champions League is a huge thing for them.
Well, do you want me to be that guy?
Yes, I mean, yeah. If in the summer they don't make Champions League, Leon Bailey is vulnerable. We can all say it.
Do you want me to be that? Can I be requesting permission to be that guy?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Don't you find it weird that teams that are punching way above their weight in Newcastle and Aston Villa and others, their coaches are coming out now and saying, yo, we might have a leg of some players next year. I am going to read between the lines and say, so Premier League, EFS, the
Premier League and sustainability rules. Yeah.
Oh no, but don't look over here, sir, because we're going to clean up our books early.
We're our one thing.
So knock off the points you're knocking off now. Don't knock off the points for a week. I will clean it up next year.
They're trying to avert any sort of penalties down the road.
Exactly. That's all that is. That is almost like saying, okay, fine. We'll learn a lesson. You don't need to make no more example of us. We'll learn. Thank you, Everton. Thank you for being a guinea pig. We're good. Let us go to Champions League and Europa League in peace.
I mean,
that's what I trust.
I mean, the Newcastle are going to let go players because we don't know they invested heavily. Miguel Almiron probably gone on road. No,
Almiron is not an investment.
How much time can get for him it remains to be seen, but at least it'll be one salary off the books.
No. Almiron is similar to Arsenal when Arsenal had Pepe.
Did Arsenal finish pay off the Pepe contract?
And they might have to do that with Almiron. Because the reason I'm saying that is Almiron went from MLS to EPL. And you know, that's probably a discussion for another day. But this is my hot take. Miguel Almiron has cost the MLS a lot of money because that transfer is a failure. Miguel Almiron was supposed to create a pipeline between South America and Europe through the MLS, where instead of bringing in a player at age 16 straight into the club, let him go to MLS, develop, where I don't have to worry about developing. I can have my players, I can have my European players in our academy and technically have an academy in the MLS. If Almiron was to be a success, because think about it, which other MLS player, young MLS player, was a success going into EPL? There hasn't been any. I mean, Almiron was really the first.
Well, the success thing is not there, right? But they have signed players. They have signed young players. In fact, Man City, just within the last 3 weeks, signed this kid from Philadelphia Union.
The 16-year-old, I know, yeah.
So and apparently, if you watch Generation Adidas Cup, like how we always watch them look at Pitney Leagues, I mean, he's supposed to be one of the next bright prospects. So
but he's not.
Will he materialize into a success story?
But he's not an MLS product. Miguel Almiron went from lifting the MLS trophy to playing for Newcastle, who also spent a lot of money. He could have been a success story. Now you have Zach Stefan is another failure.
Yeah, so you have Barco, you have Pity Martinez, and some just highlighting a few Atlanta United players who've moved on, but they never went to Europe, right? So I mean, the English league is not a normal league that anyone just can run in and excel.
But that was the MLS model. I think MLS was trying to move away from being a retirement league.
Again, they didn't succeed. I mean, didn't that boy Aronson? No, But
wasn't John the American defender? He plays for not Arsenal. There's an American
Tim Ream for Fulham.
Tim Ream, yeah. You can say he's somewhat of a success.
Yeah, man. Tim Ream do quite well. I mean, he's doing quite well for Fulham.
Almiron was
he's Fulham's captain.
Yeah, but Almiron was supposed to be Remember, Barca was supposed to be the next Alvarez.
Barca above, man.
Exactly. So that's another deal.
All right, Bundesliga championship wrapped up today, family. We have to go where we are. But we can't go on without waxing lyrical about Xabi Alonso and was Bayer Leverkusen. Why? Granit Xhaka left England to go win a trophy, Bridget.
Yes.
What a story.
Me, that's the biggest thing. To me, that's a story. Granit Xhaka left to go win a trophy.
Well, Harry Kane also left to win a trophy.
Well, the Champions League is still a possibility, right?
Okay, all right.
So, but for Xavi Alonso though, and I think the biggest thing is that he decided to stay. I think that's the biggest thing. Let's hope it's the right decision because we know Bayern Munich will retool, and we know Bayern Munich is going to forward back next year with blood and water in their eyes. We know that it's easier to be the hunter than the hunted. We know that. And one of the worst things that could ever happen is if Leverkusen go through the whole year undefeated. I think that's one of the worst things that can happen because fat cat syndrome will set in and we're going to get to see really what Xavi is as a coach and what the organization is like. Because I am on the side of if we go through and don't lose a game in the league, I'm getting rid of half of the squad next year. I am cashing in on most of these players and bringing some new blood and start over. That's what I would do.
29 games played, 24 victories, 4 draws. They drew 4 games, 0 defeats. Junior, 74 goals scored, 19 conceded. I mean, and again, the thing we want to highlight is that when Xabi Alonso 18 months ago took control of Leverkusen, they were 5 points above the drop zone. He saved Leverkusen and then subsequently won the Bundesliga, a league that every year Borussia Dortmund run in, they couldn't do it. Eintracht Frankfurt couldn't do it. Borussia Mönchengladbach couldn't do it.
Werder Bremen
couldn't do it. So there's something. I mean, Jose Mourinho. There's a video circulating about Jose Mourinho 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the video where he was at one of those fancy seminars where he spoke about coaching and coaches that you want to highlight and up and coming coaches, and he highlighted Xabi Alonso. And he said,
because of his history.
Yeah, man. He highlighted Xabi Alonso and he listed the things that he thinks that 4 years ago that will make Xabi Alonso an excellent manager. The position he played, i.e. midfield general, the width of the ball game. The fact that he played in 3 different countries. I mean, he played England, played in Spain, played in Bayern. Fact that he learned under some of the best coaches of this era. Pep, Jose, Carlo, Rafa. I mean, so...
And his father is a coach.
And his father is a coach also. So, I mean, Xabi Alonso, whatever happens next year with Bayer Leverkusen, like you said, will be a test of his. But I expect it's just another bill in the CV of Xabi Alonso, because
I hope so.
I think Xabi Alonso is earmarked for Real Madrid. Whenever Carlo Ancelotti says he's done, Xabi Alonso is gonna just walk into that position, I think, and I could be wrong.
Yeah, but remember, for every Xabi Alonso, there's a Claudio Ranieri. Even though Ranieri is a little bit different, but Ranieri caught lightning in a buckle at England and fell off the map afterwards. There's
I must say Ranieri, even though he won with Leicester City, but he may not have won any other trophy, but he did.
He's an established coach.
But he did monumental things because he saved some look at bug side. Was it Nice or somebody in France who did done a goal?
Yeah.
You know, so I mean,
You're right. I mean, but it's still a cautionary tale, though, because the thing is, for me, there's not. You see how last year the world was going crazy over Victor Osimhen 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
The world has been going crazy over Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
There really isn't a player here at Leverkusen that the world is going crazy over right now, in my opinion.
Team football.
Yeah, but that is kind of against the norm. So is Xavi changing football? It's way too early. It's way too early, right? But if winning and if you notice, nobody is throwing around the IN word for them, right? Nobody is throwing that invincible word.
No.
But winning the Bundesliga the way they did and staying, and and I would come out and say, if he come and he and Bayern Munich go into a very tight race next year, and Bayern Munich squeak out and beat them next year by a point or whatever, it's still a great success. He could be changing football. We saw when Pep came in and took the world from Jose, Jose in some aspect, but from Sir Alex, from Carlo, Alex, them Monday, right? Pep came in and revolutionized football. That's spawned off Klopp and company, right? Xavi might be he might be the start of something. He might be starting something that Arteta going to continue and take to the next level. Because everything that you say about Xavi, Arteta check the box. Everything.
Yeah, but one man win big trophy, other man still a hope.
Well, Arteta is in a completely different league.
Yeah, it's a completely different league. It's a completely different league. But
I'm just saying that midfielders, there might be something to it.
Yeah, Arteta was a midfielder, but Arteta wasn't a midfielder at a big side.
He was Pep's midfielder for a while, man. Come on, man.
Which part?
He never played for City? I'm just coach here.
No, Arsenal he used to play for one.
So when he left Arsenal and went to City, it was just as a coach?
Yeah, man, a coach. Unless,
Yes,
he
played.
Arteta's playing career, he did La Liga, and then him come to Arsenal. In fact, Santi Cazorla to me is a better baller than Mikel Arteta. But I don't want nobody come at me and in fact, Everton, Arsenal, Real Sociedad, Rangers. A Barca B, him used to cut him teeth, but we dash him well on.
Yeah, so when he retired in 2015-16, he instantly left and went to City to be a coach.
Yeah, man, him not play. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but Xabi Alonso, the man that play in football royalty team, like Real Madrid. I mean, the man that know.
And Liverpool too. Liverpool
when a baller like Xabi Alonso walk into a locker room, a manager like Xabi Alonso walk into a locker room, I think it's less requirement for him to convince the group to buy into whatever he's selling. And when a man like Arteta walks into a locker room, the same group of players, he has to do more convincing. And I'm just talking about playing careers.
No, I don't think so. I think you're talking. We need to talk as a 20-year-old right now.
Yeah, okay.
A 20-year-old right now will only hear stories of Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid.
Okay.
We'll only hear stories of Xabi Alonso at Liverpool.
Yeah, but Xabi Alonso actually have Champions League trophies.
It doesn't matter. You have many coaches out there. So all right. So
it's like how Zidane can walk into a locker room right now.
No.
Same thing. It's
So what happened to Gerrard? What happened to Lampard in England? What happened to Lampard at Chelsea?
Wait. So you have Gerrard. Gerrard won one Champions League and then choke Slippy G.
But he's still a legend.
Yeah, but again,
he's a bigger legend than
you have players who are legends who dominate and won multiple trophies. So when you go in a locker room like the Zidane and the Xabi Alonso of the world, them man they say, yo, and let's be my 15-year-old son knows Xabi. These men are young kids. They go back and watch these films. They go back and watch Kaka and all them youth there. So them know them. So when Arteta come in at the same locker room as a Xabi Alonso, you have to do less convincing as a Xabi Alonso.
So why Henry couldn't win the MLS title?
All right, because you also have to be a good coach. You also have to be good at what you do. I mean, and again, I didn't really put a lot of thought into this, But it seems to be that midfielders are turning out to be very good managers. Now we can say Lampard and Gerrard are bugs.
In today's football,
are the outliers.
Because remember, back in the day, in the 4-4-2 system, goalkeepers and central defenders were turning the best coaches. Yeah. Big up Passarella.
Yep. So I mean, Xabi Alonso, kudos, big up yourself, youth. Outstanding achievement. I mean, you cannot state that enough. I mean, for if he did what he did. Champions League, brother, before we go my way out, 2 hours we there around the show. Boy, a long time we don't sit down and wonder reason about football. Champions Rock Marciano's asks which team you guys support. Mizaboti. Reno FC down in Jamaica is my blood, and that is a team that I am allegiant. I have an allegiance to. Reno FC, globally FC Football Club Barcelona, but that is a whole other thing. And Junior represents Manchester United.
The Manchester United. And he also says Amorim to Liverpool.
Yes, Amorim to Liverpool. I mean, and so this is another youth now who's coming into this. If he does become the manager, let's see how he goes about it, because he's doing a very good job with the club in Portugal. Now in England it's a different animal, right? So, and he plays that 3 in the box system. The 4, the wing backs get to push pretty high up the field. So some of the similar sort of deal with what Klopp is doing. So, but Junior, I will ask you this: should Liverpool consider Gasperini for this position? Gasperini, Atalanta. He's been at Atalanta for 8 years. He's been rebuilding Atalanta. They boxed down Liverpool were there. I know he's older, but tactically he's a general.
Yeah, but does Liverpool current roster fit his tactic? I mean,
well, the roster have got to get mashed up in the summer anyway.
Yeah, so
Salah gone.
So you want him to leave the team that just ran his new team off the field?
Fair enough. Nah. At least, do you even talk to him? See what his vision is.
You'll have to talk to him, yes. But I think sorry Liverpool, but I think it's very difficult to replace a legendary coach unless you go find a legend.
Yeah, man.
Real Madrid lucked out when Carlo was at Everton, just in the wings, not doing anything, and he found a second win, right? That's the truth.
Everton not doing anything.
He was passing time, and I really think he was just trying to get some British money and go off. right?
Hey, this is why Leverton still a field financial fair play rules.
Yeah. So when you ask now, who should they replace? Now that if you think in a Liverpool, in a Real Madrid mindset, replacing a coach that did great, because I don't consider Zidane as a legendary coach.
Okay.
He need a lot more time. But
you don't consider Zidane a legend.
Zidane is a legendary baller.
Yeah, as a coach.
No.
And what meets your threshold? What are the requirements for legendary coach status?
Do it for longer. Do it at least have a different two generation of ballers, two generation of teams. Okay. If Zidane is a legendary coach, you have to put Rafa at Liverpool as a legendary coach. Have to. Those Champions League runs, Rafa has to be a legend.
It's one thing to run in Champions League, but it's another thing to win it.
He won. Rafa won Champions League, right?
Okay, but how many Champions Leagues Zidane won?
What, 2, 3, 2?
Okay, I'm gonna let you Google it. As a coach.
And couldn't topple Barcelona at home.
I'm gonna make you Google it as coach.
Okay, but for Liverpool, let me see. A legendary.
Rafa Benitez and Liverpool the one Champions League hype, you know.
It doesn't matter. He had a great run. That run he had at Liverpool. It's not similar, but all right. Put it this way: Rafa at Liverpool team is worse than Zidane's Real Madrid team, and Rafa at Liverpool were played against bigger teams than Zidane had the best team in the world, or arguably one of the two best teams in the world during his run. Rafa did not have the best team in the world and won the Champions League and lost the other one legendarily.
Yeah, but that's not Zidane's fault why Rafa can't get big side.
I know, but
in fact, they Real Madrid hire so-called better managers than Zidane, and they fail miserably with that big side.
True.
Manuel Pellegrini, who's a general in managerial, was at Real Madrid. In fact, Jose Mourinho has his favorite joke, one of the favorite quotes himself. How you feel leave Real Madrid and go back side a coach? That don't make no sense when he's cloning Manuel Pellegrini. Zidane went in, executed, and achieved, and then walk away. That's legendary.
I agree. But you know what though? While you talk, I sit down there, I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, who would be the best replacement for Jurgen?
It's like Everton, there's a Lamborghini outside a mud hut.
but you know what though, Liverpool fans? I was thinking, because the show got way over about a great conversation. Who is the best replacement? And we look at Liverpool and Real Madrid went from a great coach. If you want to call him a legendary coach, fine. And continued on doing what they were doing by hiring a legendary coach, right? But that legendary coach was at a team where he just out there, just in the wings, not doing anything, him just ease himself, right?
Yeah.
Who is a legendary coach out there right now that is currently at a team just sitting out there in the wings, not doing anything?
No, don't bring up Jose Mourinho.
No, not Joe. No, definitely not.
There's no legendary coaches that's sitting out there. Well, other than Zidane.
No, not Zidane.
Other than Zidane. BM rightfully stated that Rafa is a big coach. Remember that he did well at Valencia before Liverpool.
Yeah, but he is nowhere near like Zidane.
Because he won UEFA Cup and La Liga with Valencia. If you look on Rafa's CV, around 30 teams in coach now.
Yeah, but then Chelsea happened. we can't overlook Chelsea.
Yeah,
Cannot
Rafa Benitez, coach. How many teams did he manage here? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
You know who Rafa Benitez is? Rafa Benitez is the Samuel L. Jackson of coaching. Samuel L. Jackson, so Samuel L. Jackson was addicted to making movies.
What?
Nobody in the world makes movies like Samuel.
The man, it's a very good coach, a long time in my business.
But better, I'm going to say it. If I was at Liverpool fans, I'm going to bust on the head. If I was a Liverpool fan looking for a legendary coach, I am picking up my phone and I am dialing area code 598 and I am looking at Mr. Bielsa and say, you don't need to be at Uruguay, sir. Come on, coach Liverpool.
No.
What?
No.
What?
Here's why. There's a difference between teachers and there are teachers who enjoy teaching but don't win trophy. And you have Bielsa, who's a professor, but he doesn't win trophy. He will teach you the formula of how to split the atom, but he's not gonna split the atom himself. I mean, he's an excellent X's and O guy. He teach, probably get a little bit too much into the weeds with it, but he's not gonna win trophy. He's where he needs to be. He's not gonna win trophy. He will win the championship with Leeds, and them sort of trophy them will win. But Champions League, Premier League, no.
Liverpool was at their best when they were playing heavy metal football. Okay. Bielsa will bring back heavy metal football to Liverpool.
No. Rock says, I think that someone could get Simeone out of Atletico this summer if they really wanted. No, thank you to Bielsa. Bielsa will give Darwin Núñez a lollipop every time he misses a big chance.
Simeone, no.
Simeone is probably the highest paid manager in all of football, you know.
And that style at Liverpool now.
No, I think Simeone's next stop is Inter. I mean, whenever the problem is that right now at Inter, Inzaghi does such an outstanding job. So I think that's where Simeone has said that he wants to coach Inter at some point. But I mean, them on there are really them have a strong connection.
I think he's waiting for Messi to retire so he can coach Argentina.
All right, Champions League quarterfinal, first leg. He says he wants Inzaghi for Liverpool, but Amorim should do well. Inzaghi is a big coach right now, and he should have been, well, if it wasn't for the little idiot foolish with Atletico Madrid, he should have been having Inter on the perch of another Champions League final. But I say go.
That's a good one.
Inzaghi is a good manager.
That's a good. But you know, Darwin Núñez gone the next day.
Very good. Darwin Núñez down to what?
Him gone. Darwin Núñez will be transferred out the next day.
Well, I mean, I think didn't Inzaghi work with Lukaku for a little bit?
And where's Lukaku now?
He's at Roma. They send him back to Chelsea.
So Darwin Núñez will be gone the next day.
Quarterfinals, Champions League, second leg coming up, family. We know the results from the first leg. Just to recap, Arsenal 2-2 Bayern Munich, Real Madrid 3-3 with City, Atletico Madrid 2-1 over Borussia Dortmund, Barca 3-2 over Paris. Barca versus Paris and Borussia Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid on Tuesday at 3 p.m. The other games, Man City, Real Madrid, and Arsenal, Bayern on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Who you got, family? Who you got?
I got football. Football is going to win these days. Because remember, there's no away goal rules anymore, so you cannot predict these games. Normally, in years past, Man City would be odds-on favorite because they have 3 away goals. Bayern would be odds-on favorite because they have 2 away goals. Barcelona would have been considered lock stock because they're already leading with 3 away goals. But now all the teams can come back and say, it's a brand new game. Let's just play. Dortmund supposed to, let's just win the game. All we have to do is win the game in 90 minutes and we should be sitting pretty. Same thing with PSG. And then, Madrid, the other 2 is just starting over fresh. Football is going to win those 2 days.
PSG dog them and stuff. Listen, this is it, man. This is it with PSG. Listen. The experiment failed. They're not winning Champions League, brother. Not with this type of football. Not this. They went with the heavy investments, with the Messis, the Neymar. They have one more big money baller to get off the books in Mbappe. And they need to start from... There's no midfield. Vitinha and them man, they can't battle Gundogan in the midfield. And you have Dembele and Mbappe who are not willing to work back for the collective. PSG is dead in the water unless, well, I guess I'm saying ball around.
Our Mbappe want to have his Cristiano Ronaldo moment at Barcelona.
No, he not come. You know, Rafinha played well in that game, surprisingly. He was outstanding in the first leg.
Rotted goal too.
Yeah, man. Players, rotted goal. But the amount, can Bayern Munich win this thing with a farewell fee? We know about farewell with coaches. Thomas Tuchel.
Yes. And you know what is saving Tuchel's hide, in my opinion, is that the players respect Müller, and Müller want to go out on top.
Okay.
I don't think this is for Tuchel. I think this is for Thomas Müller. And speaking of midfielders that became coaches, look out for Müller to probably be the assistant coach to whoever is coming in next year.
Okay. So you have Bayern Munich beating Arsenal. This is a get right moment for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, though.
Yes, but if Arsenal struggles against Aston Villa playing a high line with fast wingers, what the hell do you think is going to happen against Gnabry, Sane, and company?
Yeah, but flip it. You are playing against Upamecano, possibly.
But he's better than Ruben Diaz. Not Ruben Diaz.
No, he's not better than Pau Torres and
Torres.
Upamecano is a bug.
No, don't say that. He's fast.
So, you might have Dillits, or you're gonna have Dyer probably in because he started. It's not a good look for Arsenal if they want to rekindle their season. This would be a statement win.
Oh, but you know what though? This is Saka's chance to have a coming out party because Alphonso Davies is suspended. It just dawned on me. Alphonso Davies not playing that game.
Yeah, but they have, who is it? What's the backup kid name? Because while Davies was out, was it Masari?
Who cares? He wasn't playing against Bukayo Saka.
Okay.
This is Saka's moment to shine on the right wing. Yeah, he better take advantage of it.
Let's see. Big game. City versus Rock says the here to Hurricane having I'm sold for Arsenal. He's not gonna let Hurricane as a Spurs fan, probably,
Yeah.
Yep. Real Madrid, Man City, Junior. Big football game.
Yo, I just going to sit down and enjoy the ball game. This is Carlo versus Pep. This is Rodri, who he has had a meteoric rise. If you remember when Rodri started at City till now, when we said Pep kept the receipt at Rodri. I look at Rodri right now, Spain captain and arguably the best holding midfielder in the world.
All right, just stick a pin. Just no.
Arguably.
I don't ask me who better, but no. I mean,
we don't like it, but arguably. So it's him. It's going to be him versus Bellingham. That is what we're going to decide the game. Jude versus Rodri. Who comes out on top?
This midfield, you have Real Madrid's midfield. Tchouaméni, Valverde, Jude Bellingham. You can then send Camavinga in there to give an extra bit of help.
And you have the old boys.
And you have the old boys to come on later on. Tony Kroos. You may even start at Tony Kroos to give you some of the passing, but you have Modric later on become just Marshall and drink and drop ball over the box.
Yeah.
The problem is that, Real Madrid are depending on goals from the wide players, right? Rodrigo scored 2 the other day. I mean, Valverde with an awesome goal. So the fact that Real Madrid now have a true 9 may be an issue here.
No, I'm gonna tell you why it's not an issue. The fact that Real Madrid have world-class wingers, might be an issue because where John Stones, whoever,
Akanji, John
Stones, whoever, call any name. They are going to be standing up flat-footed and having to chase world-class wingers.
Yeah. We saw that last week with Gravadal,
right,
and Ruben Diaz losing them away with.
So and I remember, it doesn't matter. And I think Kyle Walker out.
Yeah,
right?
I think he's injured. I think he's injured.
Yeah. So and Kyle Walker is I can't if he has shown where him have some lightning speed and can make up pace, right? But when you have those strikers running at you and you are backtracking back to your goal without your world-class keeper, anything can happen. That's why you saw...
The world-class keeper did return this weekend.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Edison...
So, let me think now then.
Yeah, I mean, the game can go either way. It's, all right, Rodrigo scored a goal. The goal when just, Diaz overran the ball and Gavadal or whosoever, or Kanji, couldn't find where the ball is. And the man just passed the ball between the man and them leg and a goal. And I mean, sometimes we talk about football, but it's really, we need to sit back and appreciate how these men are, because women do the same thing. These men are people in a very high stress, difficult situation, come up with some simple things and be like, yo, the man just really ball through the man leg. Because I'm not thinking about doing that. And of course, I'm not a high level baller.
You're right though. Yeah,
and a lot of high level ballers don't think about doing that.
Yeah.
Because they might try blast the ball and then the ball will lick and then ricochet.
You're 100% right. But the only concern though is that Real Madrid gave up 3 goals at home.
Yeah.
But walking in I don't think Man City has that atmosphere or a club that I don't think the stadium is intimidating. When we look at it on TV, the fans look like they're not even on top of the field. It just looked like they're just at a movie theater.
Yeah, but you already win the Champions League. You don't need no hip hop fans to intimidate nobody. You got Real Madrid and you came away 3-3 with their intimidating environment.
But then Real Madrid also is a Champions League winning squad.
Yeah.
So they have seen bigger. They have gone to the new camp every year before they renovate it. I've faced Barcelona in the worst of times. Walking in that man in the Etihad Stadium, they'll be like, okay, let's just play some ball.
Yeah, but Man City, I think, ever since they got over the hump when they defeated Real Madrid, and of course they won the title. No, it's a different Man City. It's a team that said, "Yo, you know what? They look at Real Madrid in a different light now." Like so, I say slight favorites to Man City.
I think you're making the Luton game cloud your judgment, because over the last week the rhetoric is Erling Haaland is not who he is.
No, back to who he. They can win in spite of Erling Haaland.
You are crazy. You're nuts. That's not happening. As the Rock said.
Actually, I think they've been winning games of late in spite of Erling Haaland.
No. The Rock said Man City are going to need the Norwegian Andy Carroll to turn up this. I think if not, Madrid will win. I agree.
And the problem is the Norwegian Andy Carroll doesn't like physical ball game, and Rudiger is gonna put it on him.
No. The Norwegian Andy Carroll likes physical ball game. He just likes to run in space, and the ball played in space, and Man City don't play that way. So without Kevin De Bruyne, they can't do it. Without the real Kevin, it can't. That's his problem.
Missy Gabriel of Arsenal bad up a man. You think Gabriel in a Rudiger shoes when it comes to bad up player, especially Ramadan over now? And,
all right.
And Rudiger belly full?
But Benton, in my opinion, I think
Yo, I know I might get some fist up. Cause the fasting done. You my Rudiger.
But I think Rudiger can take the risk, because Man City don't like playing the long ball behind the defense. I mean, if you think about, all right. So we cut off and say Haaland is not a great striker, and for certain reasons he's a great finisher in my opinion, but the jury's out on being a striker. Rudiger likes to play physical, right?
Yeah.
The real Ronaldo, not fat Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Not even Real Madrid Ronaldo. The Inter Milan, the Barca Ronaldo. Rudiger, your only chance of stopping Ronaldo is being physical on him. You think Rudiger going to go try to be physical on him? You're crazy.
Yeah,
if you go side by side with Ronaldo just going to put him hand behind him and say, yo, just kick the ball over my head.
Yeah, but we are talking about a phenomenon.
No, but we saw Haaland do it at Dortmund.
No.
Haaland at Dortmund was knifing in behind defender. Come on, Benta. Most of his goals were knifing.
Brother, I can't even kick good with his left foot sometimes.
But he was knifing in behind defenders. He was muscling defenders when he's running to goal. Man City refused to play that way.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a different animal. I mean, this ball game can go in that way, though. 100%. These are two big teams. They can go either way. So, but slight advantage to Man City. And I think the reason why I go on is that Pep managed bodies right now. If you notice, Phil Foden was the one who started in the ball game, and bench De Bruyne. And so this is Pep saying, like, look, a next generation of baller now. So
you'd be ruthless and needlessly slow.
Yeah. Yo, I will be talking that, we need to go where we had. 2 hours, that was a very good discussion, family. Big up to the family, big up to everybody who listened. We'll touch U20 tournament next week, CONCACAF U20 tournament, and Jamaican Premier League. We'll touch it next week because the games actually will start the 24th. And we don't know if Junior well wants the Tivoli win.
Don't ever get me started on that. I watch a game on CVM and I don't know what the hell your baller was doing.
Don't worry, he was just having a bad day. Just like the Norwegian having bad days of late, my baller was just having a bad day. Yo, big up Junior. Glad to have you back, family, because last week, as I said, the people have said, Bridget, you're boring. So glad to have you back.
Man, stop it, man.
Yo, connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on Twitter, X at Ballchat1. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ballchat. Facebook, we are at Ballchat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. We are on TikTok at Ballchat_podcast. Football family, Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, there will be a better day, family. Tomorrow is another day. Big up. Yeah, man. Big up everybody for tuning. Big up the people that listen on X, other people listen. Yo, we love all the show run to them, man. That's all for running from half time. Yo, chat safely out the road now, family. Gone we yard, you know. Bless up on yourself. Stay away from Tucker ex-wife. She is the devil.